"It's okay, sweetheart. I'm here," the poor nanny whispered, unaware the man rushing toward them was a millionaire CEO. Maya had always believed life tested the kind-hearted the most. At 23, she worked as a nanny for a family that barely paid her enough to survive, but she needed the money to support her sick mother at home. On her only free afternoon, she took her employer's child, a shy little girl named Sophie, to the neighborhood park. Sophie was timid, easily frightened, and often ignored by her busy parents. But Maya adored her. She held her hand tightly as they walked through the park filled with children laughing and running. Suddenly, a loud barking dog ran past them. Sophie screamed, trembling violently. She covered her ears, her small body shaking from fear. Maya immediately knelt and wrapped her arms around her. "It's okay, sweetheart. Breathe. You're safe. I'm right here." Sophie clung to her, crying into her shoulder. Maya rocked her gently, whispering soothing words and stroking her hair. The world around them blurred, the children, the park, the noise, until only the little girl in her arms mattered. What Maya didn't know was that Sophie's father, Daniel Hayes, had arrived at the park earlier than expected. A famous millionaire CEO and one of the most feared businessmen in the city, Daniel had expected to find his daughter quietly playing. Instead, he saw her terrified, crying uncontrollably, wrapped in the arms of a young woman he had always overlooked. His heart dropped. He rushed toward them. "Sophie!" he called. Sophie didn't even lift her head. She held on to Maya tighter. "She's just scared," Maya explained softly when she looked up, her eyes full of concern, not fear of him. Daniel froze. He had never seen anyone hold his daughter like that, with love, not obligation. He had never seen Sophie cling to anyone but him. Who are you to her?" Daniel asked, stunned. Maya, still rubbing Sophie's back, replied gently, "I'm just her nanny." But Daniel could see the truth in one glance. Maya wasn't just anything. She was the first person who saw Sophie's heart instead of his money. Daniel watched, speechless, as Maya continued to comfort Sophie until her trembling eased. The powerful CEO, feared by boardrooms, felt helpless before the delicate moment unfolding in front of him. When Sophie finally lifted her tear-stained face, she whispered, "Daddy, Maya saved me." Something inside Daniel cracked, something he hadn't felt in years. Guilt. Real, heavy guilt. He realized he had been so consumed by his empire that he failed to notice his daughter's quiet fear of the world. Maya lifted Sophie gently and handed her to Daniel. "She'll be okay," she said. But Daniel shook his head. "No, she won't. Not unless someone like you is there." Maya blinked, confused. He continued, voice trembling slightly. "I've hired the best nannies, the most expensive caregivers, but none of them ever made her feel safe. She chose you." Sophie reached her tiny hand back toward Maya, confirming his words. Daniel took a deep breath. "Maya, who are you, really?" "Just someone trying to earn a living," she whispered. Daniel noticed the worn-out shoes, the thin jacket, the tired eyes of someone carrying too many burdens alone. He sat beside her. "You comforted her better than anyone ever has. I need someone like you in my daughter's life. But I also want to know who comforts you when you're scared." Maya's eyes widened. She had never been spoken to like that, especially not by someone like him. "Let me drive you home," Daniel offered gently. She hesitated, but Sophie tugged her sleeve. "Please come." That night, when Daniel dropped her at her small apartment and saw her mother's medical equipment, his heart tightened. He finally understood her struggles. The next morning, Maya received a call. Daniel wanted her as Sophie's full-time nanny, with triple salary, medical support for her mother, and a promise she didn't expect. "Maya, you saved my daughter, and I want to make sure you never struggle alone."